Warning, this podcast contains themes of extreme violence and murder. Subject matter may be offensive to some listeners. Discretion advised.
He knows everyone knows I would never hurt that man in any way.
Did you murder Abraham Shakespeare?
Absolutely not. And I would not do that.
You indicated you know who pulled the trigger.
I have given all the information to the sheriff's department.
Welcome to another episode of Evil Transgression, your homicide headquarters here in podcasting. I'm Josh, and with me as always, Dustin and Rex.
What's going on?
Hey, what's up?
What is up is we have 2 new patrons.
Really?
You already know this.
Tell me.
Don't be surprised.
Tell me. Tell me more.
Tell me more, tell me more. I can't get that high.
Kenny and Alicia.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Fantastic. We also have another shout out to Mr. Danny Meeks for being a avid supporter.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Danny.
Thanks, Danny.
Now, on to the question of the day. You just win the lottery. What's the first thing you're buying?
A new truck.
That's what you're going
I'm
with.
buying a new truck.
Like
You
a
just
Tacoma.
became a millionaire,
I'm buying a new truck.
and you're like, let me get a truck.
I want to buy a Tacoma.
Yeah.
Man, I want a truck too, but I don't think that would be the first thing I'm
I
buying.
want a lifted truck. I want to be cool.
You gonna get like a dip can to put in your back pocket?
Yep. And I don't even dip. I'm just going to wear it.
But he's going to start.
What about you?
Man, I mean, if I won that
just
money,
became a millionaire. First thing you buy?
man, I think the first thing I would buy would be maybe a bigger house. And that way, there's definitely enough bedrooms for all the girls. And I could have a real dedicated studio, like maybe even detached from the house, like its own building.
Nice.
And that way, you could actually have people come over, and
That'd be pretty cool.
it would be sweet.
Yeah, Dustin could come park his truck in your driveway.
That's right.
Make sure your driveway's big enough for my truck.
So you guys are, I mean, it's pretty common things that you guys just said. I mean, so I guess, would you be responsible with your money or?
Probably not at first.
Yeah.
I would be. I hate seeing my bank account go down. So, and
That is true.
yeah, you can ask Stacy.
But I would invest in a Taco Bell. Yes.
Taco Bell.
I
So you
would
can get
buy-
some free bean burritos.
Yes, I would buy a Taco Bell.
Just so you could eat the Taco
Just
Bell.
so whenever I pulled up, they'd be like, oh my God, he's here. He's here. Everybody get in order. He's here.
Get those chili cheese burritos ready.
So-
Dustin just pulled in.
So would you have the dip in your mouth while you're eating a burrito?
I don't know. We'd have to try it.
Sir, we're gonna have to put the ladder up so we can hand you your burrito through your truck window.
Oh man.
So today we're gonna discuss a guy who became the instant millionaire,
Really?
and he was pretty responsible with his money at first, but then he made a mistake that ended up eventually costing him his life.
Uh-oh.
Sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. So, if we're all ready,
Let's do it.
Yep.
we will discuss Abraham Shakespeare. Yeah, that's right. Abraham Shakespeare.
I like that name.
It's William's brother.
No,
Oh, it is?
it's not William's brother. So buckle up, Evil Mob, as we discuss Abraham Shakespeare. On November 15th, 2006, life changed for a simple laborer named Abraham Shakespeare. When a co-worker stopped at the Town Star convenience store in Frostproof, Florida to buy a pack of cigarettes, Abraham gave him $2 to buy him 2 lottery tickets. Michael Ford, the co-worker, went into the store, got his cigarettes, and 2 lottery tickets for Abraham. The 2 men then headed on their way just like any other day. But later on, Abraham Shakespeare became a multi-millionaire. His winning ticket was worth $30 million. Instantly, his life had changed. Abraham Shakespeare chose a lump sum payment worth $17 million. And with money comes problems. Michael Ford was the first problem. He demanded Abraham cut him in on the winnings because it was he who went into the store and bought the tickets for him. Abraham Shakespeare refused to pay Ford any money, which led to Ford becoming more of a problem. Michael Ford sued Shakespeare, alleging that the tickets were stolen from him by Abraham Shakespeare out of Ford's wallet. Luckily for Abraham Shakespeare, the jury didn't believe it, and Abraham won the court case.
Well, that's good, at least.
My thing is, I feel like if I were to send one of you 2 in to buy me tickets and I won, I'd probably give you a little bit.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I would, too.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, Abraham Shakespeare was like, not today.
Yeah, that's, that is a little great. I mean, 17 million is a lot. I mean, really? You ever going to spend that?
No.
Unless you just get stupid like it sounds like this dude's going to do.
Well, 17 million would go quick. If you're
buying like Bugattis and...
Yeah, I mean, if you're responsible with 17 million, then you're going to be set for life. Your kids are going to be set for life.
Right. And the interest you're going to get off of it alone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
It's true.
Or even if you just invest a little bit of it.
Right.
That's the key.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right.
Taco Bell.
To invest.
Taco Bell.
Stop.
I don't know how much money Taco Bell's going to bring you.
Enough.
It may.
Enough to where if I lose all my money, guess who still has that Taco Bell?
You could buy a bunch of GameStop stock.
Ooh, there you go. Yeah, that's going up.
Until people are like, you can't do that. You're making money off these rich people. Now, a lot of people who win the lottery, especially millions of dollars like Abraham Shakespeare had won, would blow quite a bit of it right out of the gate, like we discussed. But that wasn't the case here. Abraham Shakespeare did go out and buy a home, moving out of his working class neighborhood in Lakeland, Florida, and into the new home in a nice uppity gated community. The new home was valued at $1.1 million. His only other big money purchases for himself were a car, which was a Nissan Altima.
Interesting.
And a Rolex from a pawn shop.
Bought a Nissan?
Yeah, he's a millionaire and bought a Nissan Altima.
Wow.
Well, I guess he is being a little responsible.
And a Rolex from a pawn shop.
Right.
He's a millionaire, went into a pawn shop like, you guys got any Rolex?
I need to use one.
I mean, I can't blame him for those purchases, though. So, I mean, it's nothing too outrageous. I mean, yeah, $1.1 million home's a lot, but you just became a $17 million richer. So,
right.
I mean,
yeah, it's not
you
bad.
got to treat yourself with something.
Right.
But then he backed it up with a Nissan Altima. So. Again, with money, though, does come problems. Everyone started coming out of the woodwork looking for handouts from Abraham, which is a common theme with pretty much anybody that wins the lottery. You know, everybody comes with their handout. Hey, give me $10. I don't know that.
Family and family and friends you haven't seen in years, and now they want to hang out.
Hey, remember that time I let you borrow
$2?
$2? Yeah. With interest, you owe me $1 million now. Friends, family, and even strangers made their pleas to him for just a small donation. Abraham even told his brother at one time that he would, quote, have been better off broke. He also said that people he thought were his friends really just wanted some of his money. That is a pretty sad statement.
Oh, yeah. I mean, are you allowed to remain anonymous when you win? I think you are, right?
In certain states.
Oh, okay.
I think you are here.
You
Is
can
it
be
really in
anonymous?
certain states?
Yeah.
Like in other states, they're like, you have to tell everyone you're rich.
You have to put your name out there.
I would not want people to know. I would just
What if you paid somebody, I'll give you $50,000 to pretend like you won the lottery, but I won the lottery. You might get somebody to do that.
Possibly.
I'd do that for $50,000.
I'd do that as a career. Like the same dude wins.
This
every
guy
time.
wins every lottery. He's the most luckiest guy ever.
That would be awesome.
And then everybody starts knocking on your door, and you're like, "No, look, this ain't gonna work."
I make like $100,000 a year doing this.
You could.
That's what you could tell him.
Yeah.
Like, I live in just a regular neighborhood.
Abraham Shakespeare knew that he had to come up with something to protect his money, which is finally a great idea. When there is nothing but vultures swooping around looking for your winnings, you got to do what you got to do to keep it. Enter Doris Donegan Dede Moore. Dede Moore convinced Abraham Shakespeare that she didn't want any of his money, but wanted to write a book about his life and winning the lottery. Dede got close with Abraham Shakespeare, who he believed he could trust, actually trust her enough to help him start the Abraham Shakespeare LLC. That's the way he's going to protect his money, is with his own corporation.
Mm-hmm.
Abraham gave Dede Moore control of the firm's funds. His first real mistake with the money, and one that would be the downfall. Dede Moore was not the right person to have looking out for your money. In 2001, Moore was convicted of insurance fraud and falsely reporting a crime, which got her a year of probation. She had filed bankruptcy herself a year later in 2002. So like I said, not my first choice for a financial advisor.
Right.
No.
Behind Abraham's back, Dede Moore began to skim money. She withdrew a small amount, I say that sarcastically, of $1 million and bought herself a Corvette, a Hummer, and a truck, and then went on a small vacation.
Wow.
Dang. She need 3 cars for.
Why not? She just became a millionaire.
Yeah. Yep.
Shortly after, on November 9th, 2009, Abraham Shakespeare was reported missing by his family. Nobody from his family had seen him in months, but they were getting some text messages from him. Their concern was the illiterate Abraham Shakespeare suddenly sent perfectly spelled text, and it just didn't seem right. When anyone would text a question or something back to Abraham that only he would know, the text would just get left unread, and that's not a good sign.
No, not at all.
So, your first thought, though, this guy is not a very good speller. He's pretty illiterate.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden he's writing, like a professor from college.
Yeah, that's a big red flag.
Like, wow, Abraham, you must have bought some Rosetta Stone with your millions of dollars.
Isn't Rosetta Stone for languages?
Might be.
Yeah, like learning different languages.
Well, he learned the English language. When police got involved, they questioned Dede Moore, who told them not to worry, Abraham's fine. He had gotten tired of everyone asking him for handouts, and he finally had enough and took off. She claimed that she helped Abraham Shakespeare leave town, and he could be in Texas, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, or even as close as Orlando, Florida. She wasn't sure of the location.
Sounds sketchy.
Yep.
By 2010, the press revealed that the money was gone, according to a sheriff involved in the case. All $17 million. Dede Moore, who had been staying off and on in Abraham Shakespeare's $1 million home, became the focal point of the investigation. A tip led to the home of Dede. Investigators began to search the property. Now, Dede Moore, it was discovered, was back into trouble with her finances. The vehicles she had purchased were in repossession, and she was filing bankruptcy yet again. How do you get back into bankruptcy, lady?
Yeah.
After just taking $1 million.
Yeah. Well,
She took more.
She
She took it all.
It's all gone. All this money's
All
gone.
that was left.
But why didn't you buy the vehicles outright from the get-go?
Right.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It is.
She'd even faked a rape and a kidnapping to blame the money problems on. She had once staged a scene to fraudulently keep a vehicle which was in danger of being repossessed after falling behind on the payments. She had someone store the car in the garage and then pretended that she was kidnapped, sexually assaulted, and carjacked. Investigators claimed she taped her own wrists and threw herself from someone else's car. She even took a rape exam. She later pleaded no contest to the charge and received probation. Yeah, I don't get that one either, and neither did the authorities at the time, but all she had gotten out of that deal was more probation. But now she has the law on her property looking for a missing man. And they already knew where to look because on January 21st of 2010, Officer Mike Smith of the Lake Wales, Florida Police Department went undercover and was introduced to Dede Moore by one of her acquaintances that had tipped police off. Moore agreed to pay Officer Smith $50,000 if he was the one to take responsibility for Shakespeare's death. Smith agrees, but tells Moore he needs to know where Shakespeare's body is. And 4 days later, on January 25th, 2010, Dede Moore shows Gregory Smith the concrete slab under which Shakespeare is buried. Moore also gives Gregory Smith the .38 Smith & Wesson revolver that was used to kill Shakespeare.
These criminals are dumb. Why are you telling anybody?
Very dumb.
Oh,
There's certain things you keep to yourself.
Yeah,
You
well,
never let
she knows the
anybody
heat's
know.
on, and she's like, I'll give you $50,000. Remember I said I'll give you $50,000?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
She gonna give somebody $50,000. Hey, I'll give you $50,000 if you admit that you killed somebody.
It doesn't make sense.
But then she thinks somebody's literally gonna do that. Like this officer, undercover officer, is like, yeah, I'll do it.
She doesn't sound.
$50,000 for you to do a spree for murder.
She doesn't sound very smart.
No, because she'd never have to pay the $50,000.
Maybe not.
Because how's she gonna pay you if you're in prison?
Yeah.
So on January 27th, 2010, 9 feet down under a newly poured concrete patio was the body of 42-year-old Abraham Shakespeare. He had been shot twice in the chest. Detectives determined Shakespeare had died April 6th or April 7th of 2009. Dede Moore was taken into custody, and the judge set a $1 million bond.
There's no way she did this by herself.
You don't think?
I mean, she might have shot him, but how's she burying him 9 feet down?
Oh, yeah, with the concrete.
Yeah.
Dede tried several different stories on what had happened to Shakespeare. She tried to blame drug dealers, a lawyer, and even her own 14-year-old son, before finally claiming she had killed Abraham Shakespeare herself in self-defense.
It's always self-defense.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that you're just a greedy piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not miss the fact that she tried to blame her own
son.
14-year-old
Yeah.
son. On February 19th, 2010, Dede Moore was formally charged with first-degree murder. During the trial, a lot of evidence was brought to light on how Dede Moore had tried to cover her tracks. It was revealed that Dede had tried to pay someone to dig up Shakespeare's body shortly after his death to move his body somewhere else. I mean, that probably was the greatest idea she ever had, to get the body off of your own property.
Right. Yeah.
Why would you not have taken him somewhere to begin with? Like, I don't know.
Moore had even made a purchase of Shakespeare's home using her own company, American Medical Professionals, saying that she had paid Shakespeare $655,000. There was no evidence of any money ever changing hands.
That's a ripoff anyways. It's a $1.1 million house.
True.
Yep.
And then Dede also offered the money of one of Shakespeare's two sons a $200,000 home if she would lie to detectives and tell them she had seen him recently. I'll give you a $200,000 home if you just tell the cops that you saw him.
Not very bright.
Lady, you're putting out all these freaking things
Yeah.
to basically admit to murder
Right.
to all these different people.
What an idiot.
She also paid $5,000 to a relative of Shakespeare's to give his mother a birthday card and claim it was from Abraham.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Dede Moore had even forged Abraham Shakespeare's signature on the card. I mean, that's two low down people right there.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Not just Dede Moore, but the relative that was like, oh, give me $5,000. I'll
right.
pass this card along, say that he gave it to me. Jurors also watched a Walmart surveillance video that the prosecution said links Moore to Shakespeare's killing. The footage shows Moore making a $104 cash purchase of gloves, duct tape, plastic sheeting, and other items detectives later found close to where Shakespeare's body was buried. Not smart.
No.
This is why it does not pay to kill.
Nope.
It also doesn't pay to be caught on Walmart surveillance.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, and I've spoke about this recently, Walmart is like the capital of where people were caught for murders and
Yes.
disappearances.
Oh, yes.
And Walmart also has great video footage. Like the ones I see on the Facebook page for the police around here, stuff's funny.
Oh, yeah.
It's like right in their face.
Yep.
I mean, it's they definitely have enough surveillance in a Walmart to get you on camera. I mean,
Yeah.
you figure they got the cameras when you first go in the doors.
Yep.
They got cameras when you're coming out the doors.
Mm-hmm.
They got cameras in the parking lots. Cameras all throughout
Yeah,
the store.
everywhere.
So, I mean, they basically traced her around this store, could tell exactly what she bought. I mean, she paid cash. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
if you paid with a
With
credit
the credit,
card,
yeah.
they can tell what you purchased. They know what she purchased because there's footage that goes all throughout this
Mm-hmm.
store.
Yep.
Hey, have you been in Home Depot when you're in like the power tools section and you stand there too long, this little monitor will come on that's right there and it'll say like security is watching you, and then it'll show the people actually in the security room,
No kidding.
and then it's like security on one side and you on the other. They're like sitting at a desk just watching you.
Is that new?
I don't know. I'd never seen it until I
Yeah,
was in
me
that
neither.
line or in that aisle, and I was like, this is creepy.
In Grove City?
Did you
Yeah.
wave at them?
Wow.
I have a bad habit of waving at those cameras. One of these days, I'm going to eventually get, accused of murder or something. Because
I just,
if I'm walking down the aisles and they got those things where it shows you on the monitor beside it, I'll wave at it. Hello.
I just always wink and blow him a kiss.
On December 10th, 2012, Doris Donegan Dede Moore was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Ooh.
She received an additional 25 years on top of the life sentence for possessing a gun in the course of a violent felony. I'm not sure why we always add time to life sentences.
Yeah,
but
In case it's overturned, then she has to do the
I mean, I guess I understand that, but just stop overturning life sentences when somebody kills somebody.
Yeah.
right. Especially with this kind of proof.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
prosecutors had not sought the death penalty in the case. That's why she didn't get it. Dede Moore now sits in Lowell Correction Institute in Ocala, Florida. So how do you feel about winning the lottery now, fellas?
Yeah, like,
I'd be good because none of you would know. You'd be like, where does he go? We haven't seen him in a long time. He doesn't show up for episodes no more. He's just gone.
Well, that's what happened to Abraham Shakespeare. He didn't show up no more. And then you're in my backyard, and I'm like, Rex, I can't afford this Hummer anymore.
see, again, that's why I would remain anonymous. And, I would help people out, like true friends, family.
Right.
I'd just make some cashier checks and slip it in their mailbox or something. They would never even know it was me.
Yeah,
That's pretty smart.
like an anonymous Robin Hood.
Yes.
Anonymous Hood.
I'd just buy a compound and I'd put a fence around it and I'd have all my guns and I'd just wait. Come get some.
You grow out your mullet like Jeffrey Lundgren. Got my compound up here. All the money on the compound goes to
Goes to me. You don't have separate bank accounts around here. That's sin.
Yeah, they I mean, you just gotta know. If you win the lottery, you gotta know who to trust and who not to trust.
I mean,
Which
you can't
means
even trust.
you can't trust anybody.
No.
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 That's why You just blow it real quick and then say, I'm broke.
Yep. I ain't got no money.
Yep.
I ain't got nothing. I'll let you borrow my truck. That's it. That's all I can do. Let you borrow my truck and go through my Taco Bell drive-thru.
That's it.
They also said that, because I know you're probably thinking, well, she couldn't dig a 9-foot hole, right? Well, she had her ex, I don't know if it was her ex-husband or her ex-boyfriend, one or the other. She paid him to come over to dig a hole for her. She said she wanted to put trash and debris down in it and cover it up. This guy's like, whatever. So he's the one that dug the hole.
I had no idea.
That didn't sound weird at all to him.
Right. And he also filled it back in. But when she called him to have it filled back in, it was nighttime and he couldn't see what was down in the hole or whatever. It was covered up. You know, they threw a little bit of dirt over it or whatever. So, I mean, she basically tricked her ex into burying this dude in her backyard.
Really, he was not smart enough to be like, no, this seems off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, money.
Well, yeah.
She probably had a few dollars left.
Yeah, true.
But, I mean, that was in April, so she probably still had a decent chunk of change.
Right.
From what she had stole from him. That is just the stupidest idea. Like, I'm going to kill somebody and then put them in my own backyard. And then put a concrete. If anytime you put a concrete pad over something for no reason at all, that's a spot. That's where you go look right off the bat.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, what's that concrete pad? Who was it? John Gotti used to bury people out in fields, and then they'd put like a concrete pad over them. It'd be like this field with a concrete pad in the middle of it. Like, what is that for?
Yeah, that's not suspicious.
It's like, why use a concrete pad when you got an ocean right here, an ocean right here, an ocean right here? Like, you got oceans everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Fucking chuck that body.
Like Dexter? Yeah. Be like Dexter, take him out on the boat and toss him over.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. Shark bait.
Exactly.
Then you risk it being washed back in.
Go out far enough.
She doesn't have a boat. She bought cars instead.
Tie it to your back and just start swimming.
What did she do with all that money?
She clearly is not very good with any kind of money if she, has been caught so many times with bankruptcy and fraud.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know how you buy 3 cars and then get them all repossessed.
Yeah.
Then you tie yourself up and throw yourself out of a car like, I got raped. It's terrible.
Stupid.
You shouldn't, number one, you shouldn't get probation for faking rape.
Right.
Ever. If you fake a rape, it should be an automatic prison sentence.
Yeah.
And there's people that's lives get ruined for people, lying about sexual assault.
Oh, yeah.
And that's not to take anything away from people who actually get sexually assaulted.
Yep.
If you get sexually assaulted, the person that sexually assaulted you, we have terrible ideas for things that we can do with those people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kellen Winslow.
Yeah. Kellen. Cut it off.
Boom. With a butter knife.
But yeah, if you fake it, man, that should be an automatic prison sentence.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because you can ruin someone's life with that. But that's just another story.
Right.
That's off on another tangent.
It is.
So with that being said, I'm going to go buy me some lottery tickets.
I actually was thinking the same thing.
I think it would be it'd be a good idea to do that today.
I've never actually bought one. Were they like $1 a piece for the Mega Million?
Wait. Time. You've never bought a lottery ticket?
No, I really haven't. I bought some of the scratch-offs before, but never the Mega Millions.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
my God.
Are you new?
A little bit.
You just move here?
Well, because I'm always like, what's the chance of me winning? So I just don't do it, but I think I'm going to start.
The chances are astronomical.
Right.
Doesn't stop us from buying them. But who knows?
They're $2, by the way.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, I actually bought $10.
It depends on what you buy.
I bought $10 worth of scratchy lotteries the other day.
Scratchy lottery?
Yeah. And I was like, I'm about to win some money. Won $5. I I lost $5.
Oh,
So next time,
I'm going to take you to Vegas.
you don't want me to go to Vegas. I have the worst luck in Vegas. The worst.
Oh, yeah?
Like, I can go in and be like, yes. If you've ever seen National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation.
Or they go to Cousin Eddie's
Oh, yeah.
casino.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is me. Like, to a T, that's me. Like, I'll walk in, and you know how he walked in? He's like, puts the $5 bill in and plays the first machine, and he wins $5.
Yep.
He's like, look at that, fellas. You know, that's luck. That's me. And then I go on to lose everything I brought with me.
Yep, that's
Like,
what's happened to me.
That is me 100 times over.
So I don't go to the casino
Worst
no
luck.
more.
Yeah, I've been up by like $500 before, and I just keep playing the slots because I'm like, oh, I'm going to get it back, and it never happens.
I'm gonna get it back. And they're like, keep going.
Yep.
There's somebody watching you, just like they was watching Dustin
At
in
Home Depot.
Keep going.
Oh, yeah.
Pull that lever. Pull it. All right. What do you got for us?
If you haven't gone to our Facebook page, give us a like. You have any comments, ideas, questions, you can email us at eviltransgression@gmail.com, and then we will answer it on the following episode.
Boom. You can also go to www.eviltransgression.com. Check out the new webpage.
It's pretty sweet.
It is.
What's the W stand for?
Worldwide interweb.
Really? Are you sure?
So, or if you want, you can join our Patreon, like Alicia
And Kenny.
and Kenny.
Yep.
And you can go to the webpage, the new webpage, and join the Patreon.
Very new.
Eviltransgression.com.
Yep.
Yes.
Eviltransgression.com.
It's a basically a one-stop shop.
Mm-hmm. It's got all of our beautiful faces on it, too.
It's got
You can actually meet us and learn a little bit about us.
Yeah. Got
a
our
little, just a
Yeah.
little.
Just a little.
got our pictures with our name.
Keep in mind, this is a new project,
Yep.
so we have yet to make her grow.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna nourish her, you know, to keep her healthy, safe.
You're making this weird, like always.
Yeah, but you can pretty much do everything that you want to do, that we want you to do, on our webpage.
Yep.
You can sign up for Patreon.
Yep.
You can send us questions. You can listen to the episodes. You can also visit our Threadless store at the top of the page that says our store.
Yep.
So all the good stuff is there. Check it out. Evil Transgression.
Check it out.
And with that, you guys have anything else?
No, I'm good.
Nope.
Well, all right, Evil Mob. Until next week.
See ya.
See ya.
Peace.